Hello, beautiful, beautiful humans. How are you? So good to be here. So good to be here with you. So excited to talk about today's topic, exhaustion. Let me know if you've ever experienced exhaustion. And let's go a step further and say, unidentified exhaustion. Have you ever said to yourself, I'm so exhausted and I don't know why? This is for you. Today's episode is for you. Again, it'll won't be an hour. Diving in really deep, really quickly. My intention with these calls is to give you some education, some learning, and some quick win tools that you can use to get some quick wins in your days. That's the purpose of the live calls in the group. Now, I'm also going to share at the end some changes to the Powerfully Peaceful Women community. I have been sitting in, feeling into, and just calling to having my higher self connect with me to find what feels good for myself in the sharing, for myself in the community, for the women in the community, and to give everyone in this beautiful community the best experience and the best value that I can. And it's perfect to be sharing about the exhaustion component here as well. So I'm going to share that at the end. Some beautiful, exciting changes that are just going to be more supportive for you, more value for you, and give you more tools to use in this moment right now. But today, not but, and today we are going to dive into the topic of exhaustion. Now, yes, it's a big topic, and I used to kind of get myself really, in the thinking spiral of exhaustion. What do I mean by that? Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever not been able to sleep at night because you're thinking about all the things that you need to do tomorrow? Or maybe you can't sleep at night because you're actually thinking of all the things that you didn't do today. Let me know if that sounds familiar to you. You may also be, you may also just feel like you're on this mouse wheel, just going round and round and round and round and round and round and round in circles. You get ahead and then, you fall back again. You might take a step forward and then it feels like you're having 2 steps back. And it's this constant cycle of exhaustion. That is what I want to talk with you about today. Now, I'm going to begin and preface this by, of course, there can be a multitude of reasons for exhaustion. If you're jumping on with me, please just hit the heart button, say hi. Would love to know who's with me. There's a multitude of reasons, so this isn't medical advice. Okay, I'm not giving medical advice here. Hashtag not a doctor. What I'm sharing though is some things that you may not have considered are actually at the root cause of your exhaustion. And when I learnt this for myself, man, oh man, did it make a difference. And it actually comes down to one key question to begin to ask yourself. And in fact, my kids even, we do this with each other. If we use the word exhausted, this is the very first thing that we say to each other. And it's extraordinarily empowering. So let's dive in. So exhaustion. I'd love to hear in the comments, if you're catching the replay, do also comment replay, but just let me know in the comments, does this resonate with you? Do you feel like you are in a constant cycle of exhaustion and don't know why? So if you are, what I want to share with you is it is quite likely something, it's not what you're doing that's causing the exhaustion. It's quite likely what you're not doing that is causing your exhaustion. So here's where I want to play with this today. Here's where I want to invite you to inquire. So in the group containers, the women that I work with in group or in one-on-one, this is often the hidden source of their exhaustion. And it comes down to this. Where have you got incomplete communication going on in your life? And to be put another way, where have you got an email that you haven't responded to? Where have you got maybe a text message or a messenger message or something that you have just left undone? You haven't actually answered it. And there's a reason for this, beautiful people. The reason that we do this is because sometimes for us, it'll actually bring up something deeper than the communication. It'll actually bring up perhaps a stress response or a trauma response in our body to being able to say yes or no to something. And so here's where that becomes a problem. When we leave things undone, when we leave things open, it's like if you have a balloon and you don't seal off a balloon, what happens? Air leaks out of it, right? That's exactly what happens when we have an interaction with someone that we haven't completed in some way. Now, it's an energetic exchange. When you communicate with somebody, you are communicating with them energetically. So you are putting, your energy goes into your words, your energy goes into your thoughts, your energy goes into everything that you do. And then the other person does the same thing. So when you're having a communication with someone, there is an energetic exchange occurring. Now, I've just got my laptop caught in my toe. Now, if you're having a communication with somebody and what's happening is you are leaving it incomplete, and this is on us, right? All the work that I do with women is about empowering you. This is, we cannot control other people. The only thing we have control over is ourselves. And so this is where you get to be super, super empowered in completing and closing off communications or energetic exchanges that may be like a leaking balloon in the background. Can't make the balloon noise. Quietly and secretly in your energetic space, sucking life out of you because you haven't closed it off. Now, I said there was a question that my kids and I use and that I use with my clients. When I work with someone and they're feeling exhausted or they're feeling like everything is just piling in on top of them, or they feel like they're lost down in the detail, the very first question that I will ask them when I hear the E word, the exhausted word, is, what are you avoiding? Or is there something that you are avoiding right now? It doesn't have to be big, it could be something little. And so when my kids and I have these conversations, if one of us says the E word, I'm just so exhausted at the moment and I don't know why, we're humans, we're going to say this stuff, we will say to each other, hey mum, is there something that you're avoiding right now? And immediately I get to check in. Where have I left my energy? Where have I got something incomplete in a communication, in an exchange, in a conversation, something that is like that balloon secretly sucking energy from me because I haven't closed it off. Now, I get to control that. I get to step in and be powerful there. And it is one of the most powerful self-inquiry questions you can ask yourself. If you are feeling any kind of exhaustion and you don't know why, the likelihood is that there is something that is in your control that you have the power to complete on, and you may not be. You may be avoiding. Now, you may be avoiding it because then you may have a pattern or a habit or a limiting belief going on inside you. This is I have a set of tools that I can help you with this, but you may have a limiting belief as to why you might not have been able to say no or say yes or book something in or not book something in or whatever, right? There could be a reason for that, but that's not what I'm talking about today. What I'm talking about is being able to close out communications that, if left open, are going to be secretly sucking the energy from you. So the question is, what am I avoiding? Now, here's what I want to give you today. Some quick tools as a quick takeaway for you to begin to look at this. So the first thing that you might do is go to your messenger messages. Maybe just go down, just scroll down through them. And as you scroll down through them, have a look and see how many of them are incomplete for you on your end, right? And on their end as well. If you haven't received, if you've invited someone somewhere and they haven't responded, and here's what I do in that instance. If I've invited someone to something and they haven't responded, you could do it in one of two ways. You could send them a message and just say, and I usually do it like this, hey beauty, just checking in to see if you wanted to come to this thing, blah, blah, blah. A yes or no, perfectly acceptable. I'm just going to close out our conversation on this topic otherwise. And then they either come back and say, yes, I'm in, they come back and say, no, I'm not, or they come back and they don't say anything at all. In either instance, for me, I get to archive that conversation because I've closed it out. Does this make sense? Now, if it's you, and you can go through and go, oh, I haven't replied to that, I haven't replied to that, I haven't replied to that. This is your opportunity to jump on and go, send a message and say, hey, I know I haven't replied to this. And you know what, guys, we all do this. This is, what I like to do on a Monday and a Friday is I'll scan through my messenger messages and I will see what have I got incomplete and how can I complete on it, right? This isn't to complete forever. It just completes a particular communication, a particular conversation. And then once it's complete, what's possible? Everything. You get to create a whole new conversation on something. You get to create a whole new possibility around something. This isn't about making people right or wrong. This is about you being powerful in closing off any energetic communication circles that might be open and leaking energy for you. If this is making sense, hit the heart button for me, or just, give me a yes in the comments. So that's the first place we can look. Is there anywhere in which we can close out some messenger messages, either with a powerful yes or a powerful no? Remember, if you're in my current Sacred Sister Circle container, you will know our favorite mantra in that circle is, I'm not saying no to you, I'm saying yes to me. I'll say that again for you. I'm not saying no to you, I'm saying yes to me. Okay, super, super powerful. And the second way that you can have a look and see what, if this is going on for you somewhere is once you've checked your messenger messages and your texts, go to your email. Are you someone that's got 111 unopened emails? If you have, I would invite you to start to clean that up. Every single one of those is sucking energy from you. Do your unsubscribes. Do your, delete anything. If you don't want to unsubscribe, but you don't want to, you're not interested in what's just come through, just delete it. Get it out of your inbox. If you've got emails that you've opened that require your response and you haven't responded, I invite you to reply. If you've got sent emails that haven't had a reply, I invite you to follow it up with the intention to close out the conversation. Offer the person an invitation to say yes or say no, and let them know that your intention is to, one way or the other, close out the conversation. You can always start a new one, but let's not have all these unopened incomplete communications hanging there, sucking life out of you. What am I avoiding? That's the key question here. What am I avoiding? Am I avoiding a yes? Am I avoiding a no? Am I avoiding asking for what I want? Am I avoiding hearing a no? Am I avoiding hearing a yes? You know, sometimes it's not just about saying yes or no. Sometimes for some of us, we have limiting beliefs around hearing a yes. Because if we hear a yes, we might then have to do something else and take responsibility. And that can also be, you know, one of those things that can be really, you know, activating and triggering for some of us. So let me know if this is landing for you, okay? And then the final way in which you can do, not the final way, another way to take this to the next level is maybe it's not a messenger message, maybe it's not an email or a text or whatever. Maybe you actually have a conversation with someone, you've spoken to someone. It might be a family member, a best friend, or you know, something from your past that is open and just hanging there. Is there a way in which you may be able to close out that as well? Now that might take some deeper work. If you need some support with that, please reach out to me. You know, I've got a group container coming up that people are registering into now. We have a group call for that coming up mid-December. So if that calls to you, reach out to me. Or if you want to work with me one-on-one, please reach out to me. These are the ways in which we are giving over our energy to others, giving over our energy. And you know who's not losing sleep? The others. Do you know who is losing sleep and whose health is being impacted? Us. And you know what's even at the bigger picture here? The mission that is in you, that the world needs you to fulfill on, is not even being looked at because you are so exhausted. So we need to be looking at this. We need to be looking at, you know, what is sucking my energy that I'm not paying attention to? And the key question, what am I avoiding? What am I avoiding? And if I wasn't avoiding it, what would I choose instead? Yeah. And I'm not saying no to you, I'm saying yes to me. I'm saying yes to me. Yeah. So powerful. And look, as a bonus, I wrote this down just before I jumped on, as a little bonus thing to look at cleaning up where your energy might be being sucked from you, would be to look at any Facebook groups. Are you in some Facebook groups that don't serve you, that feel, you know, or, you know, feel like, you know, even this one, if this Facebook group is not serving you, then yeah, by all means, you know, leave it, take a break from it. And I invite you to consider that for all Facebook groups. You know, if you're in a Facebook group and the conversation makes you feel like shit, get the hell out of there, because that's going to be sucking energy from you. Yeah. Pages on Instagram or, you know, on Facebook, if you're following stuff that is making you feel yuck, that is going to be sucking your energy. And anything that's sucking your energy is going to leave you with the physical manifestation of exhaustion. Yeah. We have so much power over this, beautiful people. We really do. And it can be just sometimes the simplest thing to do. Go through your, you know, if you only do one of these, if you only go through one thing and close out a conversation that needs to be closed out, that is kind of hanging, whether it's on your end or their end, you can completely transform that. Pull your energy back. We get to take it back. And the way we get to take it back is to close out those cycles, close out those communication cycles that are going nowhere, that are left open. I love a no. You know why I love a no? I don't go for maybes anymore. I'm not interested in maybes. Maybes suck life out of me. I'm all in for a yes or a no. Yeah, I'm all in on a yes or a no, and I love them both. I love them both because it means I get to close out a communication, which means I get to pull my energy back. Yeah. Yeah, so that is today's lesson, today's takeaway for you to begin to practice. Where can you become more powerful in what's sucking your energy? Because whatever is sucking your energy is going to be creating exhaustion for you. And whether you know what that is or not, this is where you get to be powerful and go and look. Okay? Okay, so I'm thinking the Wi-Fi might be a little dodged today. So hopefully this is coming through okay. I'm just seeing a few little glitches. Hopefully it's landing. Okay, so and then what I really want to share with you guys is some big changes for our Facebook group. Exciting changes because I'm very conscious of energy, my energy in particular. And wherever I send my energy, I want to make sure that my energy is in service for and to other people. So I wanted to have a look at how can I relook at that inside of our group. So what I would once do is post every single day. And in full honesty and transparency, it was beginning to exhaust me. So the question, what am I avoiding? I was avoiding making some changes in the group. As soon as I began to do that, I got excited again. I got so excited again. And so the way it's going to change is I'm going to be doing 3 things every week. And each one of them are designed to give you education, wisdom, and tools. Every one of them, that is the intention of every one of them. Education, quick tools that you can take away for a quick win. Wisdom, women's wisdom, nothing more powerful than women's wisdom. And lots and lots of tools, lots and lots of tips and tools. Education, wisdom, education, and tools. That's the intent. So Monday will be this. I will jump on it. I won't be doing a bunch of advertising about it. I'll do a pin post so everyone knows what's on what day and what you can look for. But I'm going to be posting on a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday. So Monday will be this. It's called Empower Hour, but it'll mostly not go for an hour. It'll be quick and punchy with a quick, easy takeaway tool that you can take away and do something for yourself today that is going to empower you. Yeah? Empowered women are peaceful women. Empowered women are peaceful women. That's what this group is about, empowering you. On Wednesday is going to be a post that I want you to engage with. I want you to share your wisdom. So it will be a women's wisdom post. I will post up a question asking for you to share your wisdom in the group, and you can share it in the chat, in the comments underneath. So you'll see what that begins to look like. It'll be something different every week, but I know when I sit in circle with women, which if you are or have been part of the Sacred Sisters Circle, the current one, or if you've been in any of the circles that I've held or any of the group containers that I've facilitated, you'll know the value in the power of women's wisdom. We all have so much to contribute. The one thing I know for sure is I don't know everything for sure. And so I want to invite some discussion and some shared wisdom, and that will come through on Wednesday. And then on Friday, I'm especially excited for Friday's post. Now, this was inspired by a guy called Tim Ferriss. Now, Tim Ferriss has written The 4-Hour Work Week. He's written tons of books, but he sends an email out every week, and I think it's called 5 Bullet Friday. I think that's what he calls his, and I love it. It is short, punchy, and to the point. And he shares his 5 bullet points, things that, that got his attention. So I'm going to do my version of that because I love it so much. And I find that when I'm in conversation with women, whether I'm working with them or just chatting, I'm always sharing, have you seen this? Have you checked this out? Do you know this person? Have you listened to this? Blah, 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 blah. So I'm always, sending links and sharing info and tagging people. So I thought what I would do on Friday is, and I'm going to call it, I wrote down what I'm going to call it. What did I call it? Friday is my 5 faves. So every Friday I'm going to do a post that I probably will eventually send out in an email as well. And it's just called My Favorite Things, my 5 favorite things. And it'll be a podcast. I just wrote down a few examples here. So it could be a podcast I'm listening to. It could just be a podcast episode that I've listened to. It could be a product that I especially love. Now, nothing that I share, unless I specifically say so, am I benefiting from. Okay? So know that if I'm sharing a product, something I'm going to share this Friday is this cool water bottle I have. It's the coolest thing ever. I don't get anything, there's nothing in it for me. And if there is something in it for me, if it is an affiliate link, I will share that with you. I'll be very open and transparent. But know that 90% of what I share, 95% of what I share, I have no affiliation with. I'm just going to share it because I love it. An Instagram account that I love, an astrologer that I love, a quote that resonated with me, a book that I really enjoy, a tech gadget that I came upon, could be a household thing that I came upon, could be anything like that. And it'll just be 5 quick bullets. This, and then I'll pop the links to where you can find it in the comments. So you can then go find it yourself if that interests you. And if not, that's cool too. This is my way and the simplest way that I can find for my best use of my energy in the group to be able to give you and share with you everything that I possibly can. So Monday will be Empower Hour, filled with quick wins. It won't go for an hour. Okay, I'm just going to leave it as Empower Hour because that's what it's called. But it'll be a quick, tiny thing that will have some powerful tools that you can take away and do just like that. All right, might even just be one quick thing. Wednesday is Women's Wisdom. So I'm going to ask you your advice on something. What is your advice on this? And I want to hear everyone's wisdom. I want to know, how have you navigated this? What was something you learned in this situation, right? And I want to hear from you. And then on Friday, my 5 favorite things for the week. My 5 favorite things for the week. And I'll share those with you as well. And that is going to be what goes on in the group. So yeah, I want to give you quality, not quantity. I don't want to overwhelm you with quantity. I want to give you 3 juicy quality posts that will support you in some way. Yeah. So there you have it, beautiful women. That's it for today. If you want to know more about the upcoming Sacred Sister Circle, registrations are open for that now, and I highly recommend that you jump on that. I would suggest that you reach out to me now. We have a group call, which is a preparation call midway through December, which is going to really support you to clear the clog, right? Clear whatever is clogging you. We're going to, clear the water and help you get clear on what you want in 2022. And then there will be a follow-up to that in January, and then our group journey begins. The Sacred Sister Circle journey begins at the beginning of February, and registrations for that are now open. Okay. So super excited. And of course, if you want to work with me one-on-one, you can reach out to me. Yes, Queen. I just saw a heart. Whoever just gave me the heart, I'm like, yeah. Willow, I think Willow gave me the heart. And if she did, Willow, Willow, just give me another heart if you're happy for me to, you've just given me that, okay. If you're happy for me to just share some extra information here, just give me another heart before I do. Just respectful. Thank you, darling. Willow is in the current Sacred Sister Circle, and it's been mind-blowing. Has it not, Willow? Like, even I have not got language for how powerful. I'm covered in goosebumps as I say this. So Willow is one of the sisters in our current Sacred Sister Circle. Willow will also be joining our 2022 sisterhood as a mentor. So she will be continuing the journey to support me, to support the women who join the Sacred Sister Circle. Amazing, like so amazing. And I'm so happy. So if you're watching this and Willow, would you be open to someone asking you a question or two? Just comment, just give me a yes or a heart. You can, of course, reach out and ask me, but yeah, by all means, if it feels to speak to a current sister, let me know. We can arrange that as well. So you know what you're going to do today? You're going to clean up your messenger message. You're going to close out any chats. Amazing. Yes, sister. Woo! That's me putting on my crown. And, man, do I need to get my regrowth touched up? Oh, this is what happens when you go away on, I did my practitioner training for 2 weeks, and then my hairdresser is moving house as we speak. And so hopefully I'll get to catch up with him this week and get my regrowth done. But you know what? I love it anyway. I love it. Gives me that wise woman look. Oh my goodness. All right, beautiful humans. I love you. I love you. I love you. And see you in the group. Mwah. Love you, Willow. Thank you for jumping on with me.